What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Josh out here with Infinite Bassin. We finally got the boat back today, so you guys know what that means. The Mega Live install is happening today, and then when we have this out on the water tomorrow. From the way this looks, if y'all haven't seen these things, they're giant. So I'm gonna have to raise my Mega 360 up here a little bit just so we get a little more clearance in there, but no biggie. Alright guys, so the next piece of this, you got your mount here. They are keyed, so if you look at the top of the hole there, there's a key for it, and then same thing, key for it there. Fits in there like so. And you set that on top, and you got your little screws. You got two different kinds that come in here. You got your long one with the crush washer, and then the short one, or the long one without the crush washer and the short one with. One goes on the back, and the other one goes for whenever you connect it to this side. This is where it rotates on the shaft. Well, this wasn't supposed to be here till Monday, but look at that. Got baits to use tomorrow. Alright, so with this, you know, we put it up all the way down and worried about the trolling motor hit it, so we had to raise the 360 up so we can get clearance. Hopefully that's enough. We'll see once we get it fully bolted up. Alright guys, we got this thing all bolted up. It's got the 4 clamps on the back. You don't need to go super tight with them. This is plastic, so you can break it if you over tighten it. Like I said earlier, we lifted the 360 up just so it clears, so whenever you rotate it, you get plenty of clearance coming through there. That's in the down mode. That's your forward mode there. Plenty of room. And then let's see what landscape looks like. And that's where we hit. Can't go any lower here, so we'll have to come up just a little bit with the 360 there. We're running out of room up there. Might end up having to cut that pole, but for the other views for now, it works. Alright, so you guys can see from that white ring right there, this is where the trolling motor used to be. So I only have to shift it up just a little bit to get it to clear all the way down here. So put it back in landscape. We got the clearance we need now. And then even up top, if you're worried about the cables, you got plenty of space in between them where it doesn't catch. I will have to reroute this so it doesn't catch on the knob here for the 360 cables. Don't want to pull those out, but other than that, only had to lift it up just a little bit. Alright, so when you're putting these on, another thing you guys want to make sure of is that you have enough slack in your cable for whenever you're rotating it left and right, that you have enough cable out there that it doesn't kink up when you twist it. Well, this is my least favorite part about adding new stuff to the front of the boat, is having to take this plate off and run cables all the way down this. I've already got an external transducer, I've got a Mega 360, and now we're adding the Mega Live, so it's 2 more cables we're adding into the mix. It's going to be here. It's a mess. Guys, it is dark outside. We've got the Mega Live installed. It's operating, it's on, it's working. Stuff is ready to go. The one thing that I did find that was a problem with this kit, it may not be a problem for everybody, it was a problem for me. As you guys know, I run a Nitro Z19, and up there is power, but there are no fuse blocks up there. I like to run everything to my fuse block under the driver console there. The power cord, Humminbird's being super stingy with this stuff right now, and the power cord, so running up the trolling motor, down the graphs there, into the compartment, only goes to about right here-ish in this area. So I had to run to the store and grab some more wires to extend it out and run to the fuse block under the console there. In the instructions, it does tell you to install this choke if you have a onboard charger connected to your battery. I did not do that. I want to see how it works first without it. And if we get a lot of interference this first time out, we will install this thing. But as of right now, it's right there, as you can see. The mask, we did not install the mask either. This is another thing that will prevent you from getting double readouts. You're getting sonar bouncing off of things, you know, coming back and getting double readings on the graph. We haven't had it on the water yet, so we don't know if we need that, so I didn't install that either. I didn't use their zip ties. I used my red zip ties to match the boat, of course. And like it says in the instructions, if you have an Ultrex, you won't need these, but these are the pads that would go in between the mounting bracket and the trolling motor shaft if you were to have, you know, say a Lowrance graph or Garmin or Motor Guide or whatever you may have. Ultrex doesn't need these, so we didn't use those. So yeah, it's all installed. I had to raise this, like I said earlier, because I wanted it to work in all the views. Right now I've got it set up in the forward view. We can, let's see, we got one hand. Nope. All right, we've got it set up. That's the landscape mode there. And even at this high, steep of an angle, it still doesn't hit the 360 when it's down. That's one of the things I wanted to make sure happened. Pretty easy. Once you get it in there, it's just a hard turn to get it and it locks into position. If you look on the back side of the mount here, hopefully you guys can see that. You've got the settings where you can tell exactly where your transducer is set up. You know, you got in the landscape mode, forward, and then of course all the way to the bottom is the down view. So we are going to leave it in forward mode, forward view for tomorrow. See how that works. Got it all set up. Oh, let's hop up here. We're going to be running the live on the top graph here. Mega 360 is now on this one. You guys, I'm sure, are used to seeing it on this graph, but we got them hooked up a little bit different. Just like the Mega Live or the Mega 360, you've got those two little dots there on both of the graphs here. Those are wet switches. So yes, whenever you pull this thing out of water, when those wet switches are in the air, they dry out, which stops the transducer from pinging. All that does is stop the transducer from pinging. It doesn't completely shut it off. So even when it's out of water, if you do not have it on an off and on switch, or a fuse block like I have mine set up, sorry, blinding you guys there, it will still draw a little bit of power no matter what. So if you hook it up, you leave it, your batteries will be dead the next time you go fishing, unless you have an off and on switch or you have it hooked to that fuse panel. Pretty easy install. If you are going to be like me and run it to your console, I do recommend getting a little bit of extra wire, because you will need it because the power wire is short. But other than that, pretty straightforward install. Instructions are easy to read if you want to read them. I know a lot of us don't like to read instructions, but hey, this is a $1,500 part that nobody wants to mess up. So read the instructions, don't mess it up. And yeah, we're heading out to Berryessa in the morning to test this thing out. So on the water videos coming soon.